Hello, everyone. This Sunday, we kick off the fall by converting our entire service into a prayer service, which will culminate in communion. And speaking of communion, if you're at home or if you're coming on site, this summer we've encouraged people to bring their own communion if that makes you more comfortable if you're coming on site. We will, of course, if you're coming on site, have some bread and cup available, but if you're online, feel free to get that ahead of time before the service so we can all join together in communion at the end of the service. If praying out loud for you is a new experience, or if it's a difficult experience, which it is for many, don't let that keep you from this important family gathering. You can simply listen in. You could have a favorite Bible passage that you could just read quietly while others pray. We will be having a handout that we'll provide for both online and on-site that will help you know what to pray. And you can even simply read a Bible passage as part of how you pray. That Bible passage can just simply be a sort of form of prayer to God. But whether you're on site or whether you're online with other Red Cedar people that will join you that day, or just online by yourself, I want to say how important it is for the sake of our nation and for the sake of the church in our nation for us to gather to pray right now, and given the state of our country. I've been reading lately in Psalm 55 through 58, and each psalm begins by describing a kind of suffocating distress. And each psalm has a turning point, however, where that restless anxiety turns into calm trust. And what makes that turning point are two things that each psalm seems to have true of it. Number one, reciting prayer, or not reciting, constantly repeating prayer, crying out to God repeatedly. And the second thing is reciting the promises of God out loud. It's as though God's teaching us in these handful of Psalms, Psalm 55 through 58, how to weaponize prayer against the chaos of our day. And so let me encourage you, even as Sunday comes, to think about preparing for Sunday before Sunday. And one of the ways that you can prepare for that is not only reading Psalm 55 through 58, possibly even reading them out loud to get even more of a flavor of them, but in addition to that, consider fasting from the end of dinner on Saturday night all the way through till the end of the worship service on Sunday morning. Now, you might rightfully ask, what is fasting all about? And probably the simplest way to respond to that is quoting from a fellow by the name of Andrew Murray, who was a pastor in South Africa in another century. And Andrew Murray says this. He says that think of prayer as one hand grasping the invisible, and fasting of the other hand letting go of the visible. He goes on to say, fasting helps us to express, to deepen, and to confirm the resolution that we are ready to sacrifice everything, even ourselves, to attain the kingdom of God. So fasting is this form of sacrifice that helps prepare us to grasp the invisible, even as we let go of the visible. And we will break our fast with lunch afterwards that we'll celebrate together. So speaking of lunch, if you're coming on site, feel free to bring your own and join with others. If you're watching online with others who might join you this Sunday from Red Cedar, let me encourage you to do lunch together. Or if you're just all by yourself, join with us, celebrate being part of this family by making an extra special meal just for you for this Sunday. Let me end by quoting from Psalm 57. I keep calling to God Most High, who's over all and will settle all for me. Oh, be exalted above the heavens, O God, over all the earth, your glory.